Hi everyone. I did the short videos on bush and pin reels. It was all the reels I think what I showed. So this short video what I'm about to do now is about burring centrepin reels, really, just showing a few models. This one here is a BJ, a JW Young's. Runs on ball races. Even though it's an aerial, it still runs on ball races. So you've got a mixture of them, haven't you? Some with ball races and some on bush and pins. And your ball races are in there. They just sit on the pin and they revolve around the pin. You'll hear them whizzing round if I give it a flick. You can hear them. If that was a bush and pin reel, it would be silent. This reel's got a ventilated or machined out line lay, which is good. Like that's good about it. It's got a ratchet lever there on the rim mounted one, which I don't really like that, to be honest, because I'm always catching it when I'm fishing, and because it's only a weak one, you either knock it on or knock it off, you know what I mean? It's not ideal though, actually. I don't like that. But the reel itself is quite good, you know. So yeah, that's that one. Another burring reel, what JW Young's do, is this one, and this one's called the River Specialist. To be honest, this is my favourite one, what Young's do now. I really like this reel. It's great for casting. Again, it's got the ventilated, machined out line lay. Got a polished rim, which looks quite smart, doesn't it, that? I think basically that drum is exactly the same as the BJ. You know what they've done with it, because it is a 6-spoke aerial, but what they've done is they've machined the back out and left little slivers of the alloy, you know, in place of another set of spokes. It works well though, it's a nice one. That is the ratchet system, but it's got a drag on it. And that little thing there, I don't know what it's made of, I don't know. But it's got a button on the back what you twist, and when you twist it, it pushes that spring down, which presses on the pawl there, which pushes into the cog harder, you know, and it's a good drag there. Or I don't know if you call it a drag or what would you call it, to be honest. A drag, I suppose. You know, that's a burring reel again. So it runs on ball bearings. If I can get it back on. There we go. So yeah, it's a cracking reel. Let's just try that drag out. It's getting a bit of grit in there, I could hear it then. So it's okay, it's smooth that way going forward, as most people would wind it like that. And then when you go backwards, it's stiff then, can you see? So it's ideal for ledgering, really, if you wanted to ledger with it. Yeah, a bit of crud in there. I'll have to clean that out after, like grit in there. But yeah, so that's another reel with burrings in it, and I do like that reel. It's a cracker. As I say, it's ideal if you wanted to ledger in strong flows. Another one, what's that like? Got this one. This is a Swallow. Cracking reel. It's got that lever there for your ratchet on the back plate there. Not my favourite place to have one, but that one's a much stiffer ratchet lever than on the BJ. Same with the River Specialist. It's much better than the BJ. It's just a stronger ratchet, more stiffer, you know, you don't knock it off the same if you do catch it. But that position where they have them though, it's a bad spot that for getting the line caught around it. when you're casting and that. This reel is a bit different than them I mean it's a ball race reel, but whereas you just got a little lever on them to take them off the spool and put it back on. This one, you take that nut off, that slides off there, and then your ratchet, your spool, and that little thing there, that little stick, I'll call it, it runs on that. Weird there, isn't it? And your bearings, I think, are actually sealed in there, so I don't know how you'd replace them if you ever wanted to. But the reel itself is absolutely brilliant. It's quite an old reel. It's not old, but you know, it's not a very modern one. Not like latest tackle, but it's good. If you can get this nut back on, there you go. What this reel has, what I like, it really appeals to me, is, hear that? Not the bearings, that noise then. It's got knurling there on the rim, which is handy. That it kind of comes into its own that when it's raining, and if you're playing a good fish and it's fighting and pulling away from you. Very often a normal smooth rim, it slides and then it sticks on your finger or your thumb, whatever. Whereas that doesn't really. And if you don't want to put your thumb on there all the time, you can just put it on your thumb on the side there, on the smooth part. You know, but I do like that. I think it's brilliant. It's got a line guard as well, removable. Just getting a little screw there, a little one there, you can pop it off in a crack like, but I don't do, because I can still cast with that. Still Wallace cast, you know, no problem. Getting a little picture of a bird there. Another one there, the Swallow Centrepin ringwood reels. Cracking reel that. Really enjoy using that as well. Oh, I forgot to mention that has the cut-out holes in the front, so you know, if you wanted to like wind in with your finger, but I usually just give it a waz like that. Just pull the rod back, waz it, let it pick the loose line up, and then just repeat it like that. It's a good fast way of winding in. There's another one here, another little variation. This is a 4-inch one. That was a 4-inch, the same as them other two what I've just showed. This is a little Adcock Stanton reel. A really smart reel. Again, it's got the knurling on the reel rim there. It has a drag too, this one. Got a centre drag there. Tighten it up like that. You see it? You can tighten it right up if you want, or you can slacken it and to whatever you want really, and turn it right off. But again, that would be a good candidate for ledgering in a strong flowing river. It has line layers, that one. And funny enough though, I never really have any problem with line stick on that one. I don't know why. It's only got 12 line layers, same as most of them. The ones what have got more line layers are Gary Mills's creations, and he makes them FJTs, them Fred J. Taylors where I put on the last video, I think. They have 16 line layers, but he does do reels with 18 line layers, which kind of eliminates line stick, which is a good idea, isn't it? So yeah, Elton little reel then. Right, what's the next one? Okay, this is a bigger reel, this one. This is 4 3/4, and it's a kingpin. It's called a Zeppelin. To take the spool off this one, it's just that little centre nut there what you take off. But like all of those style nuts to remove the reel, when you take them off, you should always just put them in your pocket or something like that, because especially if you're stood in long grass or in the river, because the chances are you're going to drop it. You know what I mean? Which if you do, for something like that, you're banjaxed. Because I can't get any joy out of the chap who makes these. I've tried contacting him and he's like trying to get hold of Queen. So, yeah. But it's got a solid, well, not a solid, well, it would have been solid before it was machined out, wasn't it? Like, it's a narrow drum. It's got that ventilated line lay, which is good. I think this reel is, I can't think what it's called now. The anodising on it, it's quite a really, well, it's a really good anodising. It's supposedly virtually scratch proof, probably in normal use, I would imagine that. It has a twisting ratchet switch on the back. The bearings are nice and quiet on that. The drag though, when you put the drag on, not too bad forward, but going back, it's really stiff. And what, to be honest, that's good like, but it's a pain in the arse when you've got the reel on your rod and you're threading your line through, because you've got that ratchet on. It's so stiff, you know, it's a proper pain. So I have to pull line off a bit at a time, like, you know, and then thread it through and then pull some more off. But it's a good reel, it's nice to use and that. What else was I going to say about this now? There was something else. Oh, that's it. The line lay on this is very high, can you see? Very high. So you kind of, a lot of people, the problem what you got with the match aerial, the Allcock's match aerial, which had line lay pillars, but they were very high again, and it had a short foot. That could be a problem for some people, you know, the line going around the reel foot. I haven't found that myself, I've been alright. But you know, it could be a pain for some people. But that's a belting reel. Very free running. Really free running it is that. I think the chap who makes these at Kingpin, I think he targets like the American market mostly, and Canada and that. You know, these people over there what fish for steelhead and salmon. I think the steelhead is just another name for a rainbow trout in it, but it looks good fun catching them though. They look quite powerful, but they use them for them and salmon. I think they call it drift fishing, don't they, over there, rather than trotting. But yeah, that's a good one. So the final one what I'm going to show now is an Akuma reel, and this one is called an Akuma Raw 2, and basically that is just virtually the same as the Sheffield and the Aventa Pro and the Martin Bowler, although the Martin Bowler is made out of a very light alloy, but they're all like anodised different colours and that, and like this one has got a different face plate to the others. The Aventa Pro just got a bar going across it. I think the Martin Bowler and the Sheffield are pretty much the same shaped faceplate without going and getting them and looking at them. And you can swap them, I think. You know, you just take that pair of screws out there and you can just take that faceplate off. Obviously you've got to take that ratchet, nut out the middle to take the spool off. And you can take that off and just put a different one on. I mean, I can't see any reason why you would do that, but some people do, don't they? You know, and make them different colours and that. But they are really smart reels, these. And they're not expensive to buy, I don't think, now. But then again, after saying that, I think they have gone up in price. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think you can get a Sheffield brand new for about 160 quid, I would imagine, maybe less. And they are, in my opinion, as good of a reel to use as anything, you know. They are really, really good reels, very strong. Nothing really goes wrong with them, you know, they're just crackers, like. Got decent ratchets to it, nice sounding ratchet. Sweet that one, isn't it? Compared to that Stanton it is. In fact, I'll show that Stanton again, I'll show you a ratchet on it. A really nice sweet sounding ratchet on that. cracking reel. I would highly recommend any of them Akuma reels apart from the Kennet. I think it's a Kennet anyway, because I think it's got a full built-in line guard on it, like a cage guard, and not my cup of tea them. You can't really wallace cast with them properly and what have you, you know, they're just not my cup of tea at all. And then there's another one, the Akuma Trent. It has like a star inside the drag. It was blue at one time. They started doing them in black and red over in America, where they usually get sold. And to be quite honest, I think that drag what's on it is a bit last, in my opinion. You know, I don't like it anyway. But the other ones, like, I really like them, and that's a cracker. It says Mark 2. I've never seen a Mark 1, so I don't know what they look like. You know, I couldn't say. But they are belters, them. I could recommend them to anyone, whether you're an experienced Centrepin user or a novice. I'll just get back to that little stanton here, like. I'll show you that ratchet's end before I fire off. Because it's proper torturous. Listen to this. How bad's that? That's awful, isn't it? You could torture someone with that. But it's torturing me now, so I want to stop that. Right, I shall leave it at that now on them. I think I've done enough on Centrepins, haven't I? Although, man, I did just say it then, didn't I? Better a beginner Centrepin. If I was going down that route now and I was a beginner, I definitely wouldn't buy cheap and cheerful. Definitely not. I would go for one of those. Not just that, but the Sheffield or the Aventa Pro, which is the dark colour one, the bronzy coloured one. And they are absolutely superb reels for a beginner or for a novice or an experienced fisherman, and they're not too expensive. Really good, like I say. Right, I'm going to leave it at that, and thanks for watching, and I'll make another video soon. I think I'll make a little short clip on floats and that, what I use, and maybe some fishing line and that. Alrighty, as I say, thanks for watching, and see you again soon.